Can you believe deputies were called to a rapper's house 9 times? In the spotlight is Blueface, a rapper who's recently been making waves not for his music, but for an escalating feud with Chrisean. We'll dive into the allegations, the involvement of the Child Protective Services, and the shocking claim that Blueface might lose custody of his kids. The story surrounding Blueface and Chrisean has exploded, and it seems like Destiny might be joining the drama. So who's really getting the final chuckle in this saga? Keep reading because this tale gets even juicier. Blueface and Chrisean's news took everyone by surprise, unfolding like a crazy twist in the long drama series. Nobody saw it coming. Suddenly we hear they're about to have a baby together. But hold on, that's not all. Longtime fans might remember a piece of older gossip. Blueface already has a child with another woman, Jaidyn Alexis. The drama keeps piling up. You might even recall a chat where Blueface told Chrisean, "Should we really have more kids?" But when the news came out about Jaidyn being pregnant, he was beyond thrilled. Now Chrisean, she's feeling like she's in a whirlwind of emotions, just couldn't stay quiet. Gathering her feelings, she confronted Blueface. With tears in her eyes, she exclaimed, "Wait up, you told me we shouldn't have more kids, but now you're throwing a party for Jaidyn's baby?" You could feel the tension in the air, thick and heavy, making the room feel like it was about to burst. So, with the emotions running high, what does Blueface do? Apologize? Explain? No, he adds more fuel to the fire. He hints, and pretty loudly, that the baby might not even be his. And he didn't just whisper this to a friend, he shouted it on social media, tweeting for everyone, young and old, to see. "I've seen Chris getting friendly with a bunch of guys lately. I'm not saying that kid is mine until I see proof, like a DNA test." Can you believe it? Blueface cooling down? Nah, he's on fire. He went full reality TV mode and showed everyone the text with Chris. "Here's a gem. I'm not going to change. I'll keep meeting other women and won't even try hiding it. If we have this baby, you might be doing it all alone. Knowing how I am, are you really ready for our lives to be connected forever by a kid?" Heavy, right? And after the DNA test yelled, "You are the dad," Blueface was like, "Hold my juice box," and kept up the drama. Caught in this whirlwind of emotion and absolutely exhausted from the constant drama, Chrisean had reached her breaking point. "Why is there always so much chaos? I can't take this never-ending drama show anymore," she exclaimed, feeling that the best move for her would be to step away from Blueface completely. This decision was solidified, especially after he sent some threats her way, which, though not looking too obvious, were clear enough to make her uneasy. However, as it always goes with these dramatic stories, there was yet another chapter to be written. Blueface started behaving even more strangely than before. He became overly cautious, even to the point thinking Chrisean was secretly recording their private conversations. This left everyone, including their close circle, asking, what in the world has caused Blueface to become this jittery and suspicious? The continuous surprises and unexpected moves from both sides left many people puzzled. This was particularly surprising when you consider how Chrisean had always come across. Whenever she spoke of her soon-to-be-born son, it was with pure love, dedication, and transparency that made everyone believe in her sincerity. The internet was more than just a buzz. It was in a full-blown frenzy. Every online forum, social media platform, and chat room had people talking about them. Chrisean, who had always been known to shy away from too much public attention, left everyone in shock. In a move no one saw coming, she chose to share the intimate moment of her baby's birth through a live video for everyone to witness. The reactions were a mix of support, surprise, and admiration for her bravery.
You're ready?
Let's go, son. Push with that breath. Thank you, Chief.
Again, take deep breath. Don't give up this time.
Thank you, Chief.
That's it. Through the shoulder. I don't know. That thing or son there. You
got it, Sean. You got it, Sean.
But Blueface, never one to be left out of the limelight, decided he needed to have a say too. Staying true to his nature of stirring the pot, he couldn't resist the temptation to chime in. He posted another one of his now infamous tweets, further driving a wedge between the two and adding yet another layer to this saga that had everyone hooked. After the baby came into the picture, Blueface threw yet another curveball. He announced he wanted to be the sole caretaker of the baby. And his reason? Just a simple video of Chrisean working out in the gym. He talked about his worries for the baby's well-being. But this move had everyone puzzled. Was he genuinely worried, or was this just another attempt to get everyone's attention? Blueface's change of heart was hard to understand. It was strange to see him go from acting like he didn't care to suddenly acting like he was the most concerned dad ever, especially when there were so many photos and videos of Chrisean lovingly caring for their baby.
You
ready?
Yet, if you believe Blueface, you'd think Chrisean was not taking good care of their child. It didn't make any sense. Soon, rumors began to spread everywhere. Most people felt that Blueface was just using the situation to stay in the headlines. Poor Chrisean had to deal with all of his accusations. One evening, she decided to share her side of the story on Instagram. You could tell she had been crying, and as she talked about how hard her pregnancy had been, she also spoke about how scared she was because Blueface said he'd take away their baby. People's opinions started to change. Everywhere online, people were showing their support for Chrisean. They sent her many kind messages telling her they were on her side and giving her hope. But Blueface? He was getting a lot of negative comments. And there's more. Jaidyn, who everyone thought was Blueface's close friend, was also getting a lot of attention, and not in a good way. When it seemed like things couldn't get any crazier, the celebrity news site TMZ had another big story to tell. They wrote about a visit from Child Protective Services to the home of Blueface and Jaidyn. Why? Because of a weird picture Blueface had posted. It showed their 5-year-old child hanging out with some adults who probably weren't the best role model. The picture's caption made everyone shake their heads in disbelief. And this wasn't the only visit from Child Protective Services. Shockingly, they had been to Blueface's home 9 times in just a few months. Everyone was left wondering, what is really going on in that house? In a twist that seemed straight out of a funny movie, Blueface, who calls himself the boss of the baby drama, got into the big mess. Remember when he used to wave those warnings at Chrisean like confetti at a New Year's Eve party? Well, how the turntables have turned. The spotlight that once shined on Chrisean had now, quite hilariously, shifted to Blueface. And what was Chrisean doing? If insiders are to be believed, she was probably hanging out in her most comfy pajamas, sipping some fancy herbal tea with a hint of schadenfreude and having a good old chuckle. Rumor mill suggests that she may have even had a look who's laughing now soiree with her closest pals, complete with the ironic party hats. Every coffee shop, hair salon, and grocery store line was buzzing with chatter, and they were overwhelmingly Team Chrisean. Comments range from, "So let me get this straight, Mr. Blueface, you're the one now with CPS making house calls, and yet you want to play super dad for Chrisean's baby?" to, "Wasn't he the same dude who played Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo with the baby's birth certificate?" Each new tidbit of information made it seem like Blueface had borrowed his thinking cap from a clown. The entire scenario had all the markings of a comedy gold script that even Hollywood writers might find too much. Now, the drama unfolding between these two was like a soap opera written by stand-up comedians. Every day there was a zanier twist. Think of a telenovela mixed with a Saturday Night Live skit. People everywhere, from bus stops to boardrooms, were not just waiting but cackling in anticipation of the next chapter in the Blueface and Chrisean saga. But while it's funny and wild, remember there are little kids in this show. Their lives get mixed up in this grown-up silliness. It's a hefty slapstick reminder of why some topics should be behind curtains and why parents might want to consider taking Parenting 101, or perhaps even Parenting 001 in Blueface's case. As the story continues to unravel, one question remains. Was the CPS involvement purely coincidental, or did someone orchestrate it, further deepening the plot? Let us know in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more.